How do you think Phil's going to do against Lyoto?
How do I think Phil's going to do against Lyoto? I think he's going to do very well. Yeah, if he gets his hands on you, he could take anything down with 4 legs, let alone 2. So Lyoto better move. That's what I would do.
But listen,
I would try better to move.
Well, here's the thing, though, Phil. Everybody knows how tricky Lyoto is with his footwork and his angles. So how do you approach that?
Well, you just got to be patient. You can't come at that guy straight on. You got to hit angles. You got to come off, but you don't want to chase him down. Yeah. So I mean, it's a puzzle, but you gotta take your time.
Yeah. And so you think takedowns are key, though, with him?
Oh, certainly, yeah. And well, the thing is with Phil is once he gets one takedown, getting back up is difficult. It's like a black hole, you know. And the cool thing is, though, is we're talking about a guy. I mean, how long have you been doing this?
4 years.
Yeah, 4 years. How long has Lyoto been doing this?
Yeah.
And that's the difference. And I've been training with a guy by the name of Raymond Jordan who does not do MMA and he's not going to. But there is a new breed of American collegiate wrestler coming into this sport where jiu-jitsu is natural to them. And the level of athleticism is way above where normal MMA fighters come from. And so they are quickly, I mean, in 3-4 years, they're challenging for titles. They're fighting guys like Lyoto Machida. I mean, it is incredible. I mean, he's nowhere near the top of his game. I mean, he's only going to get, how much better is he going to be in 4 years from now?
I don't know. It's kind of...
It's frustrating for guys like me.
So listen, when you guys fought, what did you think when you guys did your stare down? Because obviously the stare down today between Anderson and Chris Weidman was a big deal. Do you guys remember the stare down?
Yeah, I remember the stare down. I was just trying to...
I was just serious, and he smiled at me.
I was just trying to put my toughest face forward. He's the first guy that, like, the first legitimate tough guy I've ever fought. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. What face do I make?
He was doing that, and the whole time I was concerned with I couldn't get any film on him. I had the film I studied for him. He was still switching his stances to shoot. So I thought, well, he's going to tell me when he's going to shoot. And then I defended the first takedown of the fight. I thought, oh, I got him now, right?
Yeah.
Then once he got on top of me, I kept thinking to myself, well, all right, some people in this situation would let him sink in a rear naked choke and be done. I'm going to prefer to eat every elbow and punch he had. And then after the fight, and my face is all messed up, I told him, I said, Phil, if that was a 10-round fight, I'd have had you in the 7th. And he started laughing. You got to find solace in something, right? Oh.
And what was the greatest lesson you learned from this fight, Phil?
From my past fight?
No, from yeah.
Man, I had so many nerves going in. So many nerves. I mean, on the big stage for the first time. And when you're going from a small show to the UFC, you usually have to Google people. I already knew who he was. I didn't have to watch film. I was like, gosh, this is a former... Yeah, they thought they were going to take me easy. Here's a former world champion. No.
Let me tell you what he learned. What he learned from that fight. He learned it's better to get 2 checks at the end of the fight than 1. That's what he learned, all right?
I guess that's true.
And I learned I better put a gi. I put a gi on for 9 months. I did gi jiu-jitsu after I fought him, and I didn't fight because he was my 3rd fight in 7 months. And I told the UFC, I need a break. I need to learn this whole jiu-jitsu thing because what just happened to me was really bad. It wasn't a good idea.
No, for sure. And lastly, who do you bring in to recreate Lyoto? Who do you down at Alliance? Obviously, we know Dominic has amazing footwork. I mean, Dominic's on the comeback trail and stuff. A lot of time you have Gustafsson to train with and stuff. But who do you bring in to imitate Lyoto?
Well, you can't bring anybody in with the expectation that they're going to be like Lyoto, because that is just, it's unreal. It's an unreal expectation. The bar's set entirely too high, and no one can do that. You just got to get some people that can role play for you, you know? And we got some guys that are really good kickboxers, they're good at role playing, and it takes a good give and take partner. You know, you got to be able to play the game and move, but also fight back and move, and just kind of be able to play the games with each other. You know, so we got a couple good guys. I don't want to give too many of my secrets. I'm all about secrecy. Like this guy. In the Army, you don't give away secrets.
Never. The interesting thing, though, I think about Alliance, I think Eric Del Ferrio is one. Did I say that right?
Eric Del
Ferrio. He's one of the most underrated coaches in the game. He's very impressive. But they come from a camp that's known for its footwork. So everybody he trains with has great footwork. So I think it gives him a little bit of an advantage fighting Lyoto in that he's used to having to track guys down and find them. I mean, he trains at Gustafsson. Gustafsson doesn't stop moving. None of those guys stop moving. Brandon Vera doesn't stop moving. So it's going to be a really, really fun fight to watch. It's a real chess match. So I'm excited for it. I'm sure Phil's more excited.
All right, I lied. One last question then. Who wins, Gustafsson or Jon Jones? How can Alex get it done? Let's say that.
Well, Alex is going to have to really go on his wrestling game. That's where the biggest difference in skill level is going to match up. He just doesn't have the wrestling background that Jones has.
I wonder, it's too bad there's nobody around that could teach Alexander how to wrestle.
I don't know where he's going to learn this.
No. So he took Shogun down like 4 times. I wonder who taught him all that.
I don't know. Maybe he learned it in England.
Maybe, yeah.
No, he's that's where the fight's going to take place, in the wrestling. But it's like anything. You can always surprise a guy, and that's really what Jones likes to do. So I suspect it might go to the feet. Me personally, I think it's going to be a stand-up war. But I don't know. We'll see.
Well, John's one of those guys, right? I mean, he showed it in the Chael fight. If you tell Jon Jones that this guy's a better striker than you, then John's going to want to go in there and outstrike him. I mean, Jon believes in himself that much, and the crazy thing is, I trained with Jon for a long time. He still has not fulfilled all of his potential. It's a scary athlete, and I still think the only guy who could beat Jon is Jon right now. But anybody can get knocked out in this sport, and if there's a guy who's accurate enough to find your chin, it's Gustafsson. So it's still going to be a very fun fight to watch.
Nice. And you're coming back to fight, or are we going to just see you on the desk?
I don't know. I have nothing scheduled right now. I have not made that decision, and it's not an easy one. But there's a lot of factors. A lot changed in my family. I got my 3rd daughter on the way, so the love for fighting and the desire to do it are still in me. But I got to talk to Dana before making any final decisions.
All right. Well, either way, I love working with you at Fuel, and I love watching both you guys do your work in the octagon. So best of luck.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.